George Washington, Farewell Address, September 1796. Let me warn you in the most solemn manner against the baneful effects of the spirit of party. The alternate domination of one faction over another, sharpened by the spirit of revenge, natural to party dissension, which in different ages and countries has perpetrated the most horrid enormities, is itself a frightful despotism. The alternate triumphs of different parties make the public administration the mirror of the ill-concerted and incongruous projects of faction rather than the organ of consistent and wholesome plans digested by common councils. The common and continual mischiefs of the spirit of party are sufficient to make it something that wise people would discourage and restrain. The spirit of party serves always to distract the public councils and enfeeble the public administration. It agitates the community with ill-founded jealousies and false alarms, kindles the animosity of one part against another. The spirit of party opens the door to foreign influence and corruption, which finds a facilitated access to the government itself through the channels of party passions. All combinations and associations under whatever plausible character, with the real design to direct, control, counteract, or all the regular deliberation and action of the constituted authorities, are destructive of this fundamental principle and a fatal tendency. They serve to organize faction, to give it an artificial and extraordinary force, to put in the place of the delegated will of the nation, the will of the party, often a small but artful and enterprising minority of the country. So I don't think you get the ironic twist to the story. You see, during the 80s, there was a man named Ronald Reagan. Ronald was a clown. Let's put it that way. He invented clownish things like trickle-down economics, where the elites and the booming, growing, industrialized, driven, newly international corporations would pull their pants down, unzip their, boxer area zippers, and proceed to pee on you. And we would count that as a blessing of the American dream. When a rich person finishes gorging themselves from the absolute deliciousness of Middle Eastern resources, wars, and also, scarcity of food and shelter and clothing of others, their crumbs would then trickle down upon you. And you'd be blessed by that. That would be a sign that you worked hard, you achieved the American dream. And Ronald Reagan was hailed as one of the greatest architects of crony capitalism. He was very good at ignoring things that were right in front of him. The fact that Nancy was insane, his wife. The fact that Gorbachev was going to tear down the wall anyway, even though he didn't do a damn thing about it. Of the Republicans at the time, honestly, were scared to death. They told him not to say anything. Please don't tell Mr. Gorbachev to do things. We're bootlickers, remember? Yes, the Republicans were bootlickers back then too. And nothing's changed. Both these parties are stone cold bootlickers. So as we progressed on into the early 90s, we found a cabal of neoliberal corporate puppets that promised that if a Democrat were to be in power, just like good old Ronald, so popular, he was an actor, Well, we might become a moderate. The Democrats might become a moderate party. In which case, they don't care about the workers. They don't care about unions. They don't care about rights. They don't care about a weekend. They want to turn their backs on FDR's whole entire, mantra and policy, the thing that he established while he was president for 3 terms. And they want to go to the right and court big business, just like the Republicans. So, Bill Clinton, he courted the Saudis. Joe Biden, he courted the prisons. Hillary Clinton courted the health insurance companies. And they all got rich. And America suffered. And not only did America suffer, but some of the most draconian laws that came out of their ignorance and their unwillingness to just see the truth right in front of their eyes. And that is that it's not about drugs, idiots. It's about changing the way you feel. And why do we want to change the way we feel? Because you guys are psychos. Maybe if you weren't psychos, we wouldn't do so many drugs. No, but there was another solution to that. You see, the solution was to go ahead and criminalize drugs. Just massively distribute a whole bunch of T-shirts that say "Dare." Get a drug dog mascot, and then, make the cartels so rich that they live in fucking castles and they actually out-weaponize the Mexican military. They literally beat the Mexican military. So that was the start of the neoliberal agenda. And it continues today. So, however, combinations or associations of the above description may now and then answer popular ends, they are likely, in the course of time and things, to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp for themselves the reins of government. The unity of government by which constitutes you one people, e pluribus unum, a main pillar in the edifice of your real independence, the support of your tranquility at home, your peace abroad, of your safety, of your prosperity, of that very liberty you so highly prize. But it is easy to foresee that from different causes and from different quarters, much pains will be taken, many artifices employed to weaken in your minds the conviction of this truth. This is the point in your political fortress against which the batteries of internal and external enemies will be most constantly and actively, though often covertly and insidiously directed. It is of infinite moment to your collective and individual happiness that you should cherish a cordial, habitual, and immovable attachment to it, accustoming yourselves to think and speak of it as a palladium, your political safety and prosperity, watching for its preservation with jealous anxiety. There is nothing which I dread so much as a division of the Republic into 2 great parties, each arranged under its leader and concerning measures in opposition to each other.